A pleasant good morning, Footage Live Television. Today we are privileged to be here at the Capitol building and to be in the blessed company of Nimba County District now Representative Honorable Johnson and Gweglo. I hope I will not be way content for the pronunciation. A pleasant good morning, Dad, and welcome to our platform.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to be here this morning.
Okay. First, let's start. This is a profile interview. So, can you just, people watching you around, maybe would like to know where you started your education sojourn?
Well, thank you. I first always like to give credit to the United Methodist Church, where I started my education at the Cantor United Methodist School. Laid a foundation for me, which made me successful today. Then after high school, I came and went to the University of Liberia, but then I transferred to a school in the United States, Oxford College, where I did my education in accounting and public finance. That was the undergraduate degree. Then I got a graduate degree in leadership, with a master's in leadership. Then I got a terminal degree from Creighton University in educational leadership. That's in Nebraska. So that's how far I've gone with my education sojourn. In between times, I was involved with the interim government of Liberia. Before I went for the terminal degree, I came back home, where I served in the interim government at different levels, at different agencies and ministries. Even here at the legislature, where we had a unicameral interim legislative assembly, I was a member of that body. Then I served in the executive, at Foreign Affairs, at Finance Ministry, at Public Works, at Labor Ministry, at Investment Commission, and then in the private sector, education sector, I most recently served as president of the United Methodist University, and before joining the 54th legislature here this time around. So it's been a good experience.
Okay, let's go back to your education sojourn. Can you vividly remember a moment where you felt like, oh, this is too much, I cannot make it? It's those sad moments.
Yes, there were challenges there, clearly. At the foundation level, the elementary, junior high, high school level, we always were positively challenged to get the best out of our own activities in addition to what we were being taught in class. So many times we had to go give experiences outside of a classroom lecture, and creating a condition to have a positive experience outside of school, was something that gave us some tough time, but it was good. It was good because it taught us to be able to engage the community and those who live in the community. It taught us to be able to value those actions that when you learn from school, you bring into the community, can help to improve the lives of our people in the community. So one of the things that I was even engaged with was, evangelism. Okay. It was a requirement, that every Sunday we'll go and then, preach the word of God or try to convince people to become believers in Jesus Christ. And so it was exciting and fun at the time. It helped to add our own thought process together to be able to appreciate, the interaction within society beyond the classroom.
Okay, let's get back. Let's look at your professional life. What are some of the challenges where you challenged during those days as a young man coming up, getting jobs?
Yes. First, my first love was to become a medical doctor. Okay. That didn't come to reality, but we're young, and so we did what you call youthful adventurism, where I decided to go and study in the States, and so I abandoned, the profession, the pursuit of the medical profession, and I joined into accountancy. So I pursued that, got a bachelor's in accounting, public finance, and then in leadership. But the good thing has been building relationships. It's a difficult thing because people mood changes. the person you interact with today, may be within a particular context, and the behavior may be one way. Tomorrow, something else might happen, and that behavior may change. And so one has to be aware of that. Interpersonal relationship is very important. One has to be, because it affects everything that we do. And how we behave, how we conduct ourselves is a consequence of what is obtaining with you internally as an individual, your chemistry, your physique, or even your environment. Who are you interplaying with, what is happening in your personal life, how your wife spoke to you in the morning, or your children behave, so it comes out of your action and behavior with your colleagues. So sometimes it's good to, go slow when people are conducting themselves in a way and manner that you may not understand. So that's has been a challenge all along. Interpreting and understanding and interpreting human behavior, to produce good results, because the way you and I conduct ourselves, has a lot to say, in terms of outcomes that help our society to be built.
Okay, we'd like to gauge your perspective on the education sector. You've been an educator.
Yes, it's been a good experience. I didn't start that way, but once I started in the classroom offering some courses, then I developed that love for it, and I said to myself, well, I have to pursue this to the reasonable conclusion. That's why I enrolled into the educational leadership program at the doctoral level, and today successfully completed. And so it's been fun working with students to build their capacity through knowledge acquisition. I think it's one of those noble professions that we should be proud of. I can't offer anything more to a student or an individual than exposing that individual to acquire additional knowledge. When that happens, the person's horizon is expanded. You feel good that the person has gotten more information on a particular subject matter, that helps that person to have a different worldview, a worldview that embodies, cooperation, embodies, adventurism, embodies just undergoing metamorphism, for your own improvement. So it's been a good experience in the education sector. Here in Liberia, there are challenges, serious challenges. There are 4 major issues that affect our education system here, from my perspective, and I believe it's from the perspective of other educators as well. We have the issue of access. Can we get to school? Do we have the structure, facilities to get to school? That access is improving, especially at the higher education sector. We have colleges almost in all the counties now.